Hi, I'm Joyce Stephenson. I am your child's history teacher this year. Welcome to 7th grade. So happy to have kids in front of me, real, as opposed to little midgets on my screen. And I'm glad your child is in my class. A couple of big things in both 7th grade as well as 7th grade history this year. First one, planners. Every kid on campus got a planner. I religiously use them in my class. When there's homework in my class, I have your child write it in their planner and I stamp it, purple stamp. If there's no homework, I don't have them write none. If you want your kid to, have them do that. So purple stamp, and I make sure it's written down. So the planner should be with them every day in their backpack, not in their lockers, not at home. If you check it at home, make sure it gets back in their backpack. The other times I'll use their planner is when I give a test. The day after I give a test, I am able to give them their test grade. It might take days to get it in Aries, but generally I will have them write test grade. They'll write, 9 out of 12, 15 out of 15, and I'll come by and I'll stamp it so they are going home with their test grade the day after they take the test. So 6 classes, and they write their homework. It's a way for their brain to process it. Just scrawling it on a piece of binder paper in their notebook isn't much helpful, especially because sometimes they can't find where they've written it. So organization, also having a binder with dividers for each class will be really helpful to your child's success this year, or a folder for each class, history folder, because too many times their organization systems dissolve into cram it into the bottom of their backpack. And that's not a good system. That's not a system, actually. So I try to help them stay organized and take a look at their backpack. Sometimes it can be scary in there, but it's going to be key this year. The other thing is their history book, and it will be kept in class this year. There's an electronic version online that you can access through the My Locker that you're hopefully familiar with after our distance learning last year. So on the rare occasion where we have actual book, they wouldn't even have to take their books home from the classroom. They would be able to use their electronic book at home, which I think is kind of a win-win thing. Couple of big things. I don't give homework on Fridays because about the time you remember you had homework on Friday is when the teacher's collecting it on Monday morning. Also, I don't give tests on Monday because that's just kind of a dirty, mean, and nasty thing to do. And nobody likes that. And you guys are busy over the weekends, and I understand that completely. Also, that way I'm not starting off the week with a bunch of grading. So like I said, homework in their planners, no tests on Monday, generally no tests or no homework on Fridays. This is their blood and guts here. We'll learn about the Japanese samurai. We'll learn about medieval knights. Hopefully we'll get into the European Renaissance. We'll learn about Aztec, Inca, Maya in Middle America. We'll learn about the people that first use iron tools, the tribes of Western Africa. So it's their blood and guts here, but it's also the, hey, those are my ancestor year. And most of the time kids like it because there's some pretty neat stuff this year. I will tell you this, it's a heavy text. I mean, more information they're going to be getting is from the textbook. In addition to tests, generally once a unit I'll give a project. So that'll be something with drawing or writing to apply their knowledge of learned or what we're in the middle of learning in a different way. And always on those, and if the timeline project from last week, neatness, following directions, giving it their best effort, really and truly. I know this is going to be a different year just because COVID still exists among us, and the due dates, if things run into problems due to family stuff, just drop me an email and let me know, and we can work with that. But encourage your child to try to work in on time, and yay for effort. Other things in my class, important papers are in color. This is kind of a subdued color. A lot of times it'll be bright green, bright orange. Projects will always be on colored paper. So that way it's also easily spotted in their notebook or in their binders. So case in point, here is the syllabus I sent home about a week and a half ago with grading. 60% is tests and projects and assessments, 40% is classwork, expectations, a lot of it with, keep COVID protocols, and, keeping masks on and expectations in there. I also post my agenda, my daily agenda, on the Park Middle School website. You go to the Park Middle website, scroll down, find Stephenson under teachers, and you can see what we did in class that day. I have that posted generally by 3 o'clock for sure, on the site. So those are the big things. Tests, they usually get a study guide on know this and you'll be good to go. Closed note tests, no open book tests, because by the time we have a test, things have been reviewed a number of times. Those are the big ones. I think those are the big ones. Other than that, I'm happy as heck to see 7th graders live and in front of me and wearing masks. So this is going to be the key to family happiness and some of my happiness this year too. Make sure they've got their planner, they're using it, and be on the occasional lookout for something that looks like this, or be able to access it in the My Locker section, which is either done through the district website that we all learned about last year. So I'm looking forward to another good year in 7th grade history. I'm also looking forward to not standing behind a screen for the year. So to have your child in my 7th grade class and getting to know them even better, albeit from here down. So thank you very much for attending.